Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be covering 5 tips that I have for you in order for you to spend less time tracking and more time being accurate and precise with MyFitnessPal. The number one thing I have for you is to make sure that you're setting your goals within MyFitnessPal. This is calorie goals and macro goals. And you do not need the paid version of MyFitnessPal in order to do this. You can just use percentages and get as close as possible in order for you to hit your goals. And this is gonna help you if you turn your phone to the right and just be a little bit more accurate. You can scroll down all the way to the bottom to see how close you are to your goals. Your macronutrients. So at the bottom right, there was more, and I just clicked on that. And if you scroll a little bit, you can find goals, which was at the top. And then if you go down to under nutrition goals, there's calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals. You're gonna click there. Based on the set number of calories you had, you're gonna enter that in, and then we're gonna adjust the carbs, proteins, and fats. Second tip that I have for you is to make sure you're copying your meals or saving your meals. And this is just a lot easier when you're doing this rather than trying to do it on the fly, and especially if you're eating the same foods every day. If you have the same breakfast every day, make sure to save that as a meal, and you can just pull it back up in MyFitnessPal. I'm gonna try to add this breakfast, and I'm gonna save it as a meal. So click on the 3 little dots and click save as a meal. And I could say anything like breakfast, oats, and then just click save. And that saved it for me. If I wanted to pull it back, say the next day, I'd go down to add food, and I can see it in meals, and you can see breakfast oats is what I just saved. If you go back out of there, if you want to pull back a meal that you had maybe a few days ago, you can just click on the 3 dots. I'm going to try to add something from lunch, so you click on the 3 dots. Do copy from date. And this is going to pull up something. You just pick a random date. So last Tuesday, March, and then just copy that over to today. And that's what I ate. And that's it. The third tip that I have for you is to use the most frequent meals and make sure it's sorted by most frequent foods. This is a lot easier when you're adding breakfast to just either swipe right if you're pulling yesterday's meals, or if you are adding stuff in, you can just use the same exact foods that you had from yesterday or from a prior day that you have often. At your day for the next day, if you go to PM snack, it doesn't show up like that. But if you click add foods and you go to meals, it will show up as yesterday's snack here, and I can add it that way. Alternatively, usually if you use it very often, when you go to all, it's going to show you the most recent if you have it filtered that way. So I know that once I click pretzels, I know that I want the hard-boiled egg and some Dijon mustard because that's what I like. And then I can just click that off, and now I have it saved exactly how I want it. And I can plan ahead this way. It's really easy, and then I don't have to worry about re-entering every single thing in because everything's saved for me, or I can just pull stuff back from yesterday. Fourth tip is to make sure that you're saving recipes. If you are not saving recipes and you're having the same type of recipe, maybe it's like meatloaf once a week, it's just going to be way too time consuming to add all this stuff in. So make sure you're saving these recipes and make sure they're accurate as well. The fifth tip that I have for you is make sure that you're rotating between your favorite meals and make sure they're balanced. So what's great is if you have a meal that's balanced, it's something like egg whites, you have peanut butter and toast, and then you can just adjust things accordingly depending on how many macros that you have. You can just either increase serving size or decrease serving size, whichever one you need a little bit more of. So this makes it a lot easier when using MyFitnessPal and just tracking your macros in general, so you spend less time on the app and more time enjoying your food. So hopefully these tips were helpful for you. I'll make sure to leave links in the bottom below in order for you to do these things with some tutorials that are helpful for you. And make sure to like and subscribe this video if you found it helpful.